My dear friends, I, on behalf of the St. Xavier High School, welcome you all to this online video. Dear friends, my dear students, let's fly on the sky to look at our beautiful planet, the Earth. And what do we see? So let us discuss and describe. And it has been well explained in a poem by Zulfikar Bose, that is Geography Lesson CBSE Class 8. Now let us discuss what geography the poet found from the high altitude of the sky. The poet was on a jet. The jet took off. When the jet reached at about a mile, just 6 inches to mile, he looked the earth clean and green. He was highly pleased with the natural scenery, beauty of our God-given planet, the Earth. And he wondered, all the cities, all the towns, all the buildings were well planned. There was a style and it looked beautiful. And he found a geometric pattern. So it appealed the poet. Then what happened? He found the earth clean and green. The cities are well planned, but he was confused when he was at the ground. On the ground, the cities, or the buildings, or the towns were not well planned. There is no symmetry, there is no style, there are slums, narrow approach roads, gathering of waste, gathering of garbage. So on the ground, there is no style in the cities. But from the sky, what he visualized, that appealed him a lot. Then what happened? The jet went or reached at a height of 10 feet altitude from the ground. 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet. When did the jet reach? At about 10,000 feet. What did he observe? What did he see? The poet narrated. The poet became overwhelmed to see, to find that all cities, all towns grew or developed on the river beds. And especially the valleys were thickly populated. So he found two things. For the development of these cities, that is land and water. He considered land and the soil and water were the two major components of existence of human life. So there was a density of population near the river beds and near the valleys. So he could visualize the geography of our earth. Then when the jet reached the ultimate height of about 3 miles from the ground. So when the jet is at the high altitude, what did he see? What geography did Zulfikar, who was the poet, observe? He was surprised to see that the earth was covered with large water mass, and 1/3 is the land mass. So the land mass is comparatively smaller than the water mass. So the entire globe was covered with water mass, water bodies. So he observed that the earth is one, the country is one, there is no boundary, there is no separating walls. So, then he bothered, he wondered, and he was astonished. Then why people are erecting separating walls, boundaries between countries or among countries, and separating walls between cities and cities, towns and towns, villages and villages, demarcating boundaries. That means we are not united. We are not one. We have the feeling of indifference. We hate each other. We don't like to remain as a unit. So the poet visualized, it is very easy to understand the geography of the landform from the high altitude of the sky. But it is quite difficult, or it was quite difficult on the part of the poet to understand, to introspect, or to judge the real humanity of the human beings, the real innate nature of the human beings. They are unkind, they have indifference, they don't have fellow feelings, they don't have belongingness. So we find brutality, cruelty, indifference, turmoil, taboos in our society. When the geography is simple, but the human nature is complex. So you should introspect, we should look within, we have to change our attitude. Means we should develop our optimistic attitude to make our world a healthy one for welfare of all people in the society or the globe. Thank you all.